When all my slots are empty, you better fill me up. I smile for joy when I see that big old truck. There's a little Philippine.
Hey everybody, welcome to BevNerd Radio Podcast. This is episode 60, the big 6-0, for October 6, 2011. I'm your host, Jason Coleman. I want to welcome you and your sensory organs and all that stuff to this web show. Yes, it's your weekly installment of everything that has to do with beverages, sodas, snack foods, eating, intake, consumption, what have you. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week. I know I sure am. If you follow me on Twitter, or like me on Facebook, or are my friend, or you work with me, you know that I'm going to be a proud parent next year in May. My wife, Amanda, is bearing my child, and that should be a great installment to the household. Watch out, Lionel. We've got a baby on the way, and you're evil and we don't trust you. On today's program, we'll be trying the brand new and limited edition and limited time only at Walmart Ruffles beer battered onion ring chips. That should be a thing. And this is a total impulse buy episode. Everything I bought, it was like, hey, look, a thing. I buy it. This is going to be the first Milkshake review. It's that time of year. This is probably either a time between this time of year and winter time, right before Christmas, when all the really cool seasonal flavors come out. Right now, pumpkin pie milkshake from Sonic. I love pumpkin flavored things, pumpkin lattes, pumpkin pie, and we'll see if I like this shake. Another seasonal favorite of mine is cranberry and gingerbread, so I'm really stoked about the holiday flavors. And I want to show you my, I ran out of printer paper, so this week's show notes, I decided to put a loose leaf notebook paper in the printer, and this is what it did. It's all janky and smeared and like all over the place. Dunder Mifflin would not approve of this. We're going to talk about some things I've eaten and drank this week in the intake report. We're going to talk about how you can help cure kids with the Extra Life 24-hour video game tournament that's less than 10 days away. OMG barbecue sauce. I got a classic Ruffles commercial that when I watched it on the YouTubes today, it reminded me of watching PBS with a little black and white television with the antenna at my dad's comic book shop. It's a classic Cajun Spice Ruffles commercial from 1986 starring Justin Wilson, the cooking Cajun. And when I watched that, it totally blew my mind and sent me back to the back of my dad's comic book shop. And just watching PBS. I remember the Cajun Chef. I remember Julia Child's Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. And I'm 90. So on this week's intake report, these are some things that I've enjoyed eating or drinking. I've had a lot of Arizona tea because Walgreens had a 2 for $1 coupon a couple weeks ago, and you could use that coupon up to 4 times. So I got 8 gigantic cans, bigger than my face, and bottles, 2 for $1. I got 8 of them for $4. I know math. I've been drinking more Dr. Pepper 10 at work. I'm finding it in the cooler, and I'm this close to buying a 12-pack of it. I've been drinking Pitbull energy products in the morning at work. I sneak them in, don't tell anybody, and been drinking those. I'm trying to get a better feel on how I want to review energy drinks, and I believe drinking them and working is the perfect way to review them. So I'm trying all those flavors, going to get used to them, and I'll tell you about them in October. Hey, it is October, later October. Butterfinger. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Those are great. Last night I had a Zenify, a drink that I had a long time ago on that podcast. I had a craving for one, and I had it in the freezer. Came home, my wife gave it to me, and it's a lot better than I mean, it was always good, but it tastes better than I remember. It tastes really good, and it helped me just chillax. I got to sit in bed and read, and who reads? I don't read. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll saw that last week I was so busy. I had no time for lunch, so I tweeted, busy day eating expired Doritos that I got out of a machine. They were still good, and speaking of which, rest in peace to the inventor of Doritos, Mr. Dorito. I think he was buried and or cremated, and they put Dorito chips in there and crumbled them up. And of course, we lost Steve Jobs, so may he rest in peace as well. And I'm going to buy an iPhone in like a week. iPhone 4. I'm not pulling the trigger on a 4S. And also, the same day that I had the expired Doritos, I was still hungry, so I was I was being like Repo Man, sneaking around some offices where I have, or break rooms and offices that I have machines in, and someone nice had left a platter of baked goods on the, lunch table, and I'm, deboed some of them. So yeah, that's the thing. Let's try the milkshake first because it's gonna melt. Here's the Sonic milkshake, and I've got a special place in my heart for Sonic. There's a Sonic in Rainbow City. I used to work at that one for the better part of like 3.5 years or so. I was a car hop, and yes, you at home, you're wondering, hey man, did you skate? Heck yeah, I skated, and heck yeah, I made hella tips, and heck yeah, this Sonic wasn't on a decline, so if I had like to make a trip all the way down to the bottom, I had to like stick my arm out and hit all the poles before I would like die a certain death. But here's the shake, and I do like that they switched to these metallic cups because it reminds you of those old 50s style milkshakes and the things, but you didn't really drink out of these. It's very good because they used to have the styrofoam that would keep it cold, but there's always a strong chance that the bottom would be all popped out and you'd have to fix another one. If you can see it on the top, it's got like little graham cracker crust crumbs on the top. Those smell good, and I definitely get that. I definitely get the pumpkin pie aroma, and I'm very fond of that. So far, I'm not really getting any pumpkin pie bits. I am getting like a pumpkin pie flavor. It really does taste like a pumpkin pie, except cold. I'm not really going to comment on the thickness of the shake. It's been a few minutes. It's been sitting around. I've been trying to rush. I had a Pepsi Max, so I'm like bouncing all over the house. Outside, I thought I forgot my spoon. I found it. But yeah. That's pretty tasty. It's actually smooth enough to drink. I don't have any bits in there. Wow. The pumpkin and the spice. It's like you get the spice that you would like put in a pumpkin mixture to make it a pie. I've never made a pie before, but I'm drinking one right now. I like the graham cracker pieces too because they're sweet and they do have a little bit of crunch, so it kind of adds. I was kind of hoping for some texture in this. That was a graham cracker piece. So if you remotely like pumpkin, I think you would like this. I think I may would like it more if it was just a little bit thicker, but that might be my fault since it's been a few minutes. All in all, yeah, this is good. It's that time of year where you want to go to corn mazes, you want to start thinking about what you're going to dress up as for Halloween. You want to watch some freaking Alabama football! Roll Tide! Yes, it's the perfect season for that. No more AC in the house. We can open the windows and doors and just let the cool Alabama breeze flow through the house. It's fantastic. I really do love this time of year when the leaves start to change colors. All that fun stuff. Let me put that on the coaster. But yeah, pumpkin pie milkshake is just making me think of fall and autumn, if those aren't the same. Yeah, I really wanted to try the Blizzard from Dairy Queen, because this is all an inspiration from one of my coworkers, Brooksy. He ate at Dairy Queen today, and he was talking about he wanted to pull the trigger on the Dairy Queen pumpkin pie Blizzard. I think I might try that too. As far as a milkshake, this is good, but I really want the pumpkin pie pieces. And I know that's not what's supposed to be in a milkshake because you're supposed to just drink it. But it's always nice when you have like a strawberry shake and you have bits of strawberry and you have to fight with it. You have to you have to suck really hard. And I guess I enjoy that. I always make myself look bad. Anyways, pumpkin pie milkshake. Pick it up now before you can't. Now we're going to talk about these chips. I actually have my notes on my handy dandy college rule notebook paper through a thing. It's like it printed out, but it's bad looking. It's like whenever someone gives you like a meatball sub in a Walmart bag, but then you find turds in it. And if you find that remotely funny, just let me know, because my wife doesn't get it. And if you're a smart wrestling fan listener, you'll get that too. But let's talk about this, yes? Shall we? Pepsi Max running through my veins, which I shouldn't have drank at night, because I have to wake up at 4 in the morning. Okay, after 4 months of intense competition, very intense on Facebook, more than 56,000 consumer votes, onion rings, it didn't even get all my notes on this paper, so it's like broken. Okay, there was a contest called Ruffles Next Flavor Fever Contest. It defeated baby back ribs in the finals. There was a total of 16 flavors. These are limited edition only at the Walmarts. So, yeah. Just like other things, Walmart seem to have exclusive snack deals with Frito-Lay, or PepsiCo, because they own Frito-Lay. Hey, look at that. I could have sworn I thought I read some spoilers on the internet that these were onion ring shaped chips, and that sounds weird. But no, these are Ruffles. Ruffles have ridges. Yep, they definitely taste like onion on a potato chip, but there's like that aftertaste. The aftertaste of like beer batter, fried beer batter for onion rings. It reminds me of the onion rings from this local place that's in Gadsden since the 1950s called Magic Burger. I think they have beer battered onion rings, but they have like homemade onion rings, and this is kind of what it tastes like. Think of this. It's like if you have breakfast potatoes, sometimes you would chop up onions and put them in there. That's what this reminds me of, except it's crunchy, it's got the ridges, and the spice really like clings to the ridges really well, and it evenly coats it, and I really like that. Ruffles are good chips. They're crunchy and have good texture when you chew them. The onion flavor in these are not overwhelming, which is a plus. I definitely like these, I think, better than Funyuns, but they're totally different texture, not the same at all. Yeah, these are good. Limited time only if you like onions. You know, this show comes down to a lot of things, but usually when I review stuff, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, hey, if you like this, then you'll like that. And yes, that's pretty basic, but yeah, it's a real thing. Yeah, beer battered onion ring chips. They taste good. Yeah, you bite in, you get the crisps, you get the onion seasoning, and then you kind of get some potato action going on, but then they take it home with the beer batter flavor. If you saw this at home, I took a bite and I was going to put this back in the bag, but I won't do that. Anyway, that's the stuff that I review. But you know, while I have your attention, maybe I'm going to talk about last round real quick. This is a shot that you take if you drink alcoholic beverages, but you believe you might get hungover in the morning. You take this before you go to bed. Okay, I was seriously going to do, like you saw on Facebook, a review on last round Friday night. Once I got to my threshold, I thought I just hit it, but in actuality I probably hit it an hour and a half before then. So I'm like, hey, let me try this. And honestly, if I would have drank anything, water, another beer, anything, it probably would have made me sick anyways. So I had half of this shot. I mean, I could barely get it down, and I fell asleep in the hallway. I woke up, got sick the rest of the night. So whatever I had in my system for this last round of support was expunged from my system, and I didn't really get to review it. So I'm still working on that, people. Y'all sent me a really cool package. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm still working on it. I think I'm going to pass it to my buddy Jay Bear because he could have needed it on his farewell party. Yeah, shout out to him. Anyways, really rambly episode, but I hope it was sort of entertaining and fun. If you haven't checked us out, go to BevNerd.com. That's where you can find this episode that you're watching, plus 59 other episodes and some other videos like cooking, beer, restaurant reviews, factory tours, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter with butterbeer. If you're not our friend on Facebook, go to facebook.com/BevNerd. Like us on there. Follow us on Twitter @BevNerd. And my channel on blip.tv/BevNerd. There's now a subscribe button, so do that. And I know when you do. Anyways, shout out to some of my friends, Aaron, Big Rob, Tiny, all those guys, Assault Suit at Game Enthuse. Will be taking part in the Extra Life 24-hour video game marathon to raise money for a children's hospital. Partnered up with Cocaine Energy. If you go to if you make a donation to my page, you will get a coupon code from Cocaine Energy for 15% off your order and free UPS shipping. So that's a really great deal on that. So yeah, Mabo, Fast Eddie Lane, and Adam on BeyondRingside.com. If you like MMA and boxing and wrestling, mostly wrestling, they have a show 2 times a week, talk about wrestling, and they usually have some pretty cool people on there that you might know. And hiphopbev.com, makers of Pitbull Energy, they've been retweeting me, and so same thing with Zenify. So check out those things, and we'll see you on the flip side, yo. And here's a 1986 classic Ruffles commercial. Goodbye.
This is just a flat old tater chip. It's just flat. It's just tater. It's just an old chip, but not this. Is a new Cajun spice ruffle potato chip. Look at them ridges full of cayenne pepper, onion, garlic, paprika. Oh, this is Cajun spice. Ain't nothing flat about it.
Try new Cajun Spice Ruffles brand potato chips with a feisty, spicy bite in every crunch. It's the new taste that won't leave you flat.
Oh, boy, they want them without guarantee.